Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm KeylowK and today we're going to be rating Guts. Hold on, that's not the right music, bro. What's happening here? We'll try this again. And we're going to be rating Guts.
Bruh.
Oh my god, what the hell's happening, man? This never happens. Let's try this again. And we're going to be rating Guts. This build is created by Taco Funbox. As always, I'll be going over the pros and cons of this build and giving my opinions on it. If you don't know who Taco Funbox is, then I suggest you go check his channel out. That should come up on the screen right here. This content creator specializes in creating Elden Ring, anime, and other franchise cosplay builds like One Punch Man, Sonic the Hedgehog, Natsu from Fairy Tail, and so much more. He also has some guides for Elden Ring and he also streams on YouTube. So if that sounds like your thing, then go drop by his channel and give him a sub, or just stop by and watch some of his content. I'm sure he would appreciate that. If you want to know how we rate the builds I make content on, then it will be in the description section of this video. Also, I don't mean any ill intent or harm to any of these creators. I thought this was a fun idea to bring to life. Anyways, with that being said, let's get it. I mean, what can I say about this build?
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
The Knight's Cavalry armor is one of the best looking armors in the game in my opinion. This armor makes this build look menacing, which definitely suits Guts to a T in my opinion. I also like how Taco Funbox uses Malekith's helmet as Guts power up. I thought that was smart, not gonna lie. The poise on this build is 53 with the helm, but without it, it is 45. This build has the iconic looking Dragon Slayer Guts sword, which in Elden Ring it's called the Great Sword, which is plus 25. It has the heavy affinity on it, and you get this in Kaled. The other weapons on this build is the Jar Cannon plus 9, which you can get in the Volcano Manor / Mount Gilmere region in Volcano Cave. You defeat the demi-human queen Margot and you will get the Jar Cannon. This build is also wielding the pulley crossbow plus 9, and you get this from the Volcano Manor, Mount Gilmere region as well. It is near the Craftsman's Shack, not far off from where you get Azura's Comet. All in all, Berserk is one of my favorite animes, and for this alone, this honestly, it's going to get a 10 out of 10 because
it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Anyways, on to the next one. Let's get it. The starting class for this build is the Prophet. This is also a strength build. The Ash of War is Lion's Claw. The talismans for this build are Erdtree's Favor plus 2, Radagon's Soreseal, the Shard of Alexander, and the last one, Taco Funbox said you can have the Ritual Swords Talisman, which raises attack power when HP is at its max, or if you don't like that, then change it for the Crimson Amber Medallion plus 2 to give you over 2k health, or you can use Great Jar's Arsenal. So there is a lot to pick from for your talismans on this build. There is no spells for this build. The seal for this build is the Dragon Communion Seal plus 9. The incantations for this build is Golden Vow and Flame Grant Me Strength. And in the physic, this build is rocking the Cerulean Hidden Tier and the Strength Not Crystal Tier. The Great Rune on this build is Godric's Great Ruin, and finally the level for this build comes to 150. All the stats will come up on screen right here. Anyways, that's enough of that. Let's get into the content. So this round here, I wanted to see what the damage was like with the Ash of War without any buffs. So let's get into it. Ash of War got hit at the same time. Damn, I'm almost gonna die. Hurry up, get out of there, get out of there. Nice, nice, nice. Dodge. Ash of War. Dodge. R2. Ash of War. Sheesh, the damage is good. The damage is good. I wanted to see what damage the bow could do, and also just play around with it. So yeah, for me personally, I went with the Sleep Bone bolts with sleep status effects, so here we go. So the damage is okay, not the greatest, but I do like the fact that when you put them to sleep, you can stagger them and get a crit. Unfortunately, I never got a crit there, but I see how this goes. Come on. Jump R2. Hey, we got a crit. Let's go. The damage. The damage. Let's keep shooting him. Oh, I got hit. My bads. Keep shooting him. See what we can get him. Dodge. Dodge. Shoot, 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 shoot. And Ash of War. This round I wanted to check the damage out with all buffs on, with Golden Veil and Flame grant me strength, just to see how much damage we can get out of this. Sheesh. Insane. It made short work of him. This one was exactly the same, just testing it out, seeing how quick I could get rid of the Draconic Tree Sentinel. So let's get into it. Holy hell, massive damage. Damn, I missed that one. Massive damage for Lion's Claw with buffs on. It's insane. This, I wanted to show you guys the jar cannon, and this fight is just a jar cannon fight. Now for me personally, it's not the best weapon in the series, but I can see some advantages for having this. Also, this fight here is 4 times the average speed. I also wanted to show the damage potential for it, and to show you its biggest advantage, which is shooting from a distance. It does perform well in that aspect, so yeah. Anyways, we ended up winning that fight, so I tested out the build using the pulley bow, the jar cannon with Malekith, but it was really hard to implement everything into it, so I just ended up two-handing the greatsword and facing Malekith that way. Anyways, I used Flame grant me strength and Golden Veil. I also used the Flask of Wondrous Physic on him as well. So let's get into it. Jump attack. Oh, he actually got me. Dodge. R2. Traded. Roll into it. Lion's Claw. That hyper armor, man. Come on, come on. Jump R2. Roll R1. Roll into him. Roll into him. Lion's Claw. Get staggered.
Yeah, okay. Well, this is gonna hurt like a mother.
The damage! It's insane. And GG's. The Lion's Claw Ash of War has infinite hyper armor once it's in animation, plus it has insane damage coming in at about 2.5 to 3k with all buffs on. Without the buffs, it's about 1.8k roughly. Charged R2 is a good tool for staggering an enemy and breaking the enemy stance, so you can get a crit. Also, the damage is good, coming in at roughly 1k for a fully charged R2. R1, roll R1, and jumping R2 and the pulley crossbow will be your go-to attacks. Apart from the Ash of War, the pulley crossbow is good for ranged attacks but does little damage to larger enemies. It's still a good tool to use as you can get different status effect arrows for it, like bleed, poison, sleep, and scarlet rot arrows for a variety of ways to attack your enemies. The jar cannon has good range on it as well, and the damage is okay. Now here's the cons for this build. I think the jar cannon is just a gimmick weapon for this build. Sure, it has good range to it. In my opinion, it's the only thing it has good going for it. I can't really see a situation to use the jar cannon because the pulley crossbow could do the same thing but a lot faster. Also, the cannon has shocking recovery timing that you stay stuck in animation for so long that by the time you recover to a neutral position, you're already getting your ass beat. This is probably the only con to this build for PvE. So with that being said, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10 for PvE. Anyways, on to the next one. Let's get it! Just so everyone watching knows, this build was made for PvE in mind. With that being said, let's get into the content. Not gonna lie, when I shot my bolts at him, it was kind of by accident. I thought I was gonna reload the crossbow. So my bad, bro. But this one is on purpose. I wasn't gonna let him buff. Right now I'm just playing around with the build, seeing how it feels, seeing how it goes. I'll try the lion's claw and actually get it. Let's go. Crouch R1 and GG's. Well, this guy was quite lenient and let me buff, so cheers. This round here was actually kind of annoying because he was playing a bow build. So really, this was kind of like a cat and mouse game. In particular, I don't really like these battles, but it is what it is. Thought I could crouch poke him, missed. Gets me again. Uses his bloodhound step. Now I'm just trying to chase him down just to try and get as much hits as I can. He misses a shot and I get him again with roll R1. I actually get him. And that I did not expect to get, but it happened. Anyways, GG's. This was a weird round in my opinion. Not gonna lie, the crouch R1 and the roll R1 are so good on this build, it's not funny. The range when he thrusts his sword out is so damn good, and it does some good damage as well. So that is definitely gonna be a go-to on this build. Not gonna lie, this fight was a little weird because I found it a little easy. So I was just really unsure on why this was, but maybe it's this build, I don't know. I put him to sleep. And I actually hit him. I thought that jump R2 might have got him. He's very low. He actually gets me here, damn. Come on. And I do a roll R1. I don't think he expected that. I tried to put him asleep again. And then I do a jump R2. For this part here, I'll just let the clip do the talking.
What in the world's going on with this armor? I feel as though there's something violent boiling up from within.
Let go. Let go of everything.
R1, jump R2, roll R1, and crouch R1 will be your go-to attacks for this build. The pulley crossbow is a really good tool for ranged attacks. I used the sleep bone bolts for this and it worked nicely in my opinion. Once you get them to sleep, if you're close enough, you can get a free R1 or a backstab if skilled enough. The range on this build is really good as well. This build is also good for trading due to the pierce damage on the greatsword, but in saying that, this build is not optimized for trading attacks in PvP because of the Radagon Sword Seal, which if you know, you know. The Lion's Claw Ash of War, if landed, deals insane damage. Now for the cons of this build, and it all comes down to this. The jar cannon is non-existent for PvP. It's easy to dodge and has slow recovery speed to get back to the neutral position, so your opponents can either get a free hit on you or even a backstab. The Lion's Claw is good if landed on the opponents, but it's very slow to start up and it can be read very easily. Also, you can dodge it easily as well, so that's something to mention. These were the cons that I found, so with that being said, I'm going to give this a 8 out of 10 for PvP. It's actually a really good build. Although it's not optimized for PvP, still a great build. Anyways, on to the next one. Let's get it! Before we get into the outro, I just really wanted to thank all the people that are supporting the channel and that are commenting, that are liking the videos. I really do appreciate you, and I do see you. Here are some of the comments that are on the channel that keep me creating content. So if you're on the screen right now, just know that I really do appreciate you guys. So thank you for all the positive comments that I'm getting. So let's get on to the final score for this build so you can make up your mind if you want to try it out for yourself. For Drip, I gave this a 10 out of 10. For PvE, I gave this a 8 out of 10, and also for PvP, I gave this an 8 out of 10, giving this an overall score of 26 out of 30. Right now, we have a new champion for the highest rated build in the series, overthrowing the Pure Mage build, the Juggernaut build, and the Pyromancer build that was all sitting at the top, evenly scored at 25 overall. This is an impressive build. It has really good damage, the range is top tier, it has good tools for most situations in PvE and PvP. The poise is also decent, and the build also looks badass. I just want to say thank you to Taco Funbox for creating this build. I've really enjoyed playing around and rating it, so thank you once again. Anyways, if you like the content, then like, subscribe, and share it around with your friends if they like Elden Ring builds content as well. This would really help the channel out and also me out as well. Anyways, everyone have a blessed day or night, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!